Good afternoon, Dr. Meccia. Thank you so much for participating in this part of our commentary. So we just have a few questions as we brand the profession of naprapathy. And I thank you so much for participating. You have a wealth of knowledge in this area, and we're just excited about getting this information and what's inside your head to the world. So we're very excited about that. If you have maybe a minute or two just to let everyone know who's watching, you know, the type of the background that you have with naprapathic medicine, your interest in, and why you did so much research and the background of Dr. Oakley Smith, just for just a minute, just to give a little context as to your expertise in this subject field.
As far as naprapathy is concerned and my personal involvement, I began studies in 1997, and so I was a student at the college. I came to naprapathy because while in the Air Force, I was the director of medical education and training for the two largest commands in the Air Force. So Air Force Logistics Command and then Air Force Materiel Command. Each command had about 6,200 medical personnel, physician, nurses, medical techs, and my responsibility was to set education and training for all of them. So it came to my attention that we were going to bring on board chiropractors. So, and at the time, that certainly surprised me. How were we going to accommodate? How will we allow chiropractors to perform? And what happened is we did essentially a Department of Defense experiment where we started out with 17 hospitals and basically to see how things would go. Where would we put chiropractors? And we put chiropractors in different departments. Sometimes we put chiropractors in physical therapy. Sometimes we put chiropractors in orthopedics. Sometimes they were standalone, such as Bethesda. So I asked the question, well, if we're going to bring in chiropractors and accommodate and fit them into our medical system, well, who else might we bring on board? And it was that research that led me to discover other fields. So at the time, we were not allowing for acupuncture. We now do. And I was looking at things such as Naprapathic Medicine, and finally I discovered Naprapathic Medicine. So that was my own personal discovery of naprapathy. And so becoming a student in 97, by the year 2004, I had the question, what I'm told about the history of Dr. Oakley Smith, is that correct? The details. So I was just very interested in all kinds of things. Where was naprapathy really first established? So there was a lot of rumors, I think. There was a lot of misunderstanding at the time, 97 when I started as a student. There were a number of assumptions, like naprapathy. The assumption was that naprapathy began in Chicago, or the assumption that Dr. Oakley Smith traveled to Bohemia and brought back this basic knowledge. So I wanted to set the record straight. So I went on a journey, a search to find out what exactly happened. And fortunately enough, we had another researcher who I did not even know, Dr. Timothy Faulkner, a chiropractor, who had a similar idea. So very fortunate in terms of science. They have two independent researchers who didn't know each other, but we ended up coming up with very, very similar results. So that is that, and he published a book. My failure is no book yet. The number of courses that I've taught in terms of the history of Naprapathic medicine and Naprapathic philosophy. So I started teaching that history, I thought, as accurately as possible beginning 2011. But anyway, we do have other research. We have another researcher out there. The two of us need to come together and do a conference for people.